Now they lead 53-51. Stallions on top by 2. Here comes Enid Sledge off the glass. Offensive foul. Drawing the charge was Maurice Taylor Jr. and pushing and shoving there under the basket. No T called.
Give a lot of credit to Syracuse. They came out a lot of composure here early on.
Hemming and hawing under the basket, a lot of chatting. These guys want the TBL National Championship. It's all on the line at the Stride Bank Center. And now there is conversation on the bench, and there's pushing and shoving in front of the Enid bench.
Uh-oh.
Tensions have risen here in the Enid bench, pushing and shoving. Guys trying to separate it in front of the Enid bench. Comanche trying to get his teammates away from the action. Now he throws some shoves. More shoves on the way. I don't see a T called yet. It's a lot of mutual pushing and shoving.
They called a T on Syracuse bench, and the guy came running down to the Enid bench.
Burrell getting talked down here. A lot of talking. The Enid crowd trying to get the call for their team. Syracuse fighting tooth and nail in a hostile environment. None too pleased is Michael Henry.
Makes the game a little more exciting.
We're trying to settle out where these technicals will be called.
There's going to be a lot to assess here. The officials will have to get together and watch some of the video.
Are we seeing an ejection?
Well, the guy that ran down from one bench to the other, he's got to go.
Jordan Robertson being talked down. Who is getting ejected? They're still talking this through with both benches. As we get an Outlaws chance going here at the Stride Bank Center. We'll reset the scene for you. It's 9:07 to play in the third quarter. 2-point lead for Syracuse, 53-51.
As if the crowd needed any more incentive to get rowdy.
As I don't even think the officials know who to eject, who not to. It was a lot of back and forth to settle things out.
The obvious one was the official came over and pointed to somebody on their bench. That guy got up, ran all the way down the sideline to the Enid bench, and now it looks like we may have more.
Yeah, Treshawn Burrell trying to point out an Enid player that he thinks deserves to at least be teed up. He was picking guys off the bench.
Christian, we knew we were going to get an exciting game. This is just a little extra icing on the cake.
Coming into the playoffs, the Enid Outlaws 22-2 on the season. In their debut season in Enid at the Stride Bank Center, the Syracuse Stallions 20-4. Both these teams not used to being in these positions, and they're showing it. Tensions running high.
People go to hockey games to watch this stuff.
Luckily, cooler heads did prevail. No fists were thrown. It was a lot of talking, a lot of shoving.
Crowd is really letting the Syracuse bench have it right now.
Of course, being very sportsmanlike, just doing the typical boos, nothing crossing the line, fortunately, because sometimes in these championship games, things happen and you can't control them here if you're running the show here, like Ed Corber is on his Enid bench, and like the guys running the show here in the Stride Bank Center are, but cooler heads have prevailed.
The TBL does such a good job before the game of letting the crowd know, not once but twice, they're not going to have any of that.
Pointing back and forth, we're still trying to figure out who is ejected from the game.
Well, I'm going to guess if there's one, it's going to be the fella that ran down from one bench to the other.
It was a bench player right with the...
Let's see, watching the Syracuse bench right now. Here we go.
Technicals thrown around on both sidelines. Sledge, Henry named in that.
Yeah, Henry got the tee, but, they got a little chippy earlier, and apparently that's carried over.
And Tavares Sledge is pleading his case and saying, I didn't start it, he did. We obviously can't be in his brain, in front of his face right now. We don't know who he is calling out, but that's what he's pleading his case to the official down that sideline.
I would think there has to be an ejection. Now, that's not been announced.
We just saw a bunch of offsetting technicals as Jonathan Reed talks to his bench.
Well, getting a little chippy out there still, but the fans are really into this now.
Oh, absolutely, 110%, just like back in upstate New York and Syracuse in a smaller gym there right on top of you. Same thing here with a jam-packed sellout crowd at the Stride Bank Center. You wouldn't trade this atmosphere for the world, and no free throws are shot. It's all offsetting. So